Hi, welcome back. Michelle Sparks with you. Thanks for joining me. I just want to share a thought today, and that is that we are responsible, you and I, for what we allow to come across our radar. We are the gatekeepers of what we take into our lives. I think sometimes, I'm talking for myself as well, sometimes we can be a little bit slack and allow things to come in that just are not helpful. And I'm thinking of myself last night. I was at a friend's place and I watched a video, and it was a thriller, and it was a psychological thriller, which I usually love. And it was just, the violence in it was actually extreme. Really just awful. The storyline was interesting, but the violence was, I just didn't need to see those images. I shut my eyes and didn't look at the parts that were too gruesome. I'll say it, it was called Law Abiding Citizen. Good cast, good premise, but, in hindsight, I'm kind of sorry I watched it. Now, I can only make that call for myself. And I guess what I'm doing today in saying this is encouraging you. You're not me, I'm not you. I understand that. But I do know that I have quite a sensitivity in my heart, in my spirit. And I woke up earlier in the morning today and I just went, wow, you cannot erase images that you see. And I do feel a real level of concern with some of the images that bombard us in the public arena. I don't think they're helpful images for any of us, but there are also people who are vulnerable, who are not well in their thinking, and to be bombarded or to have those sorts of images, it just desensitizes us. It normalizes things that are not normal and not good and not okay. In this movie, limbs were being sawn off, and there was just scenes I can't even talk about because I couldn't even fully look at them, but I just was horrified that it was so graphic. It was, I really should have, this is a good lesson. I should have just gone, whoa, that's too much for me. I need to not watch this. But I was with a friend and I don't know, I was kind of thinking, it'll be okay, it won't continue, but it really did. It wasn't good and it did affect me. So, what am I saying? I'm saying that there are images out there, that there is stuff out there that doesn't help us. That didn't help me. I remember as a young person watching crime shows on TV that were really innocent by today's standards, things like Homicide and Matlock Police. If you're an older Australian like me, you'll remember those. But I remember they gave me nightmares. And, there are just things that we just don't need to see. There are images that cannot be erased from our mind, and they're disturbing. And the images I saw last night, even the ones, I closed my eyes for a lot of it, but what I did see was disturbing. So, there's Paul in a book called Galatians says, whatever is good, whatever is pure and noteworthy, praiseworthy, like the things that are good, let your mind dwell on those things, because they are going to feed your soul in a way that feeds your soul. Feeds your soul, doesn't bring you terror, but brings you peace, brings you joy, brings you comfort. It doesn't mean to turn your mind off, and I often think this, it doesn't mean to turn your mind off to what's real and going on in the world. I often do let myself look at things because I want to stay abreast of what is going on in the world and what other people are exposed to, the people that I'm talking to, what are they exposed to? So this was one little example. Earlier in the night I saw some music video and I just thought, and also I looked at a magazine that was at this person's place, and it was a fashion magazine, and every image, girls, every image was of beautiful women, but sexualized, objectified, parts of their body only were on display. And I just felt, my heart just reaches out to the person at the end of my voice, and I just want to say, you, like me, But particularly if you're young girl, I mean, it affects all of us, every age, every, male and female. But we are not immune to those images that we see. We are not immune to the movies that we watch, to the lyrics that we hear. They do affect us. And I just want to encourage you, as someone who is trying to recover your life, and it's an encouragement to myself too, to be discerning of what we allow across our table, what we take into our eyes and into our ears, just as we are discerning about what we put in our bodies. Because that stuff, it does affect us. So I just want to encourage you, let me just give you another little thing that's worth as a counterbalance to what I saw last night. The night before, I read a beautiful story called Penguin Bloom by a guy called Cameron Bloom. And, I don't remember the other author, the co-author. It's a beautiful Australian book by a wonderful family, Cameron Bloom and his wife Sam and their 3 boys. And it's a story of love and real difficult circumstances where, they experienced an accident. Sam, the mum, the wife, a much loved lady, and she became paralysed, a paraplegic. And this beautiful little magpie also came into their world and fell out of a tree and also injured itself. And it's this beautiful story about how this strange little bird saved a family. It's a story of hope and hardship, but hope and love and connection. And for me, those things feed my soul and help me hold on to hope and faith and optimism. Yeah, so if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're allowing yourself to be bombarded by images that are taking you down or making you feel lousy, I just want to encourage you, be aware of that and tune into things that bring you life and love and joy and peace. It could be just to sit in the sun. It could be, I love just watching birds. There's this magpie I've started to feed that's on my driveway. I love it. It just feeds my soul. Anyway, I just want to encourage you with that thought. Feed your soul. Don't take in things that are going to destroy your soul, destroy your peace, rob you of peace of mind. Yeah, go for life. Travel well.